mini pause. Had some little thing happen prior to me coming on, and I lost the initial link, so I had to restart. I didn't put any details in my comments on the page for this, but you can go and take a look. I'll come back later and fix it. My name's Emma. It's very nice that I have the pleasure of coming on tonight. I wasn't going to do it, but I was egged on by spirit. Okay. First thing first, for the pieces with you, for the great mother of the creation loves you very much, and so does the Father. My name is Emma. I am somewhat of a spiritualist. I've been in religion and I've been a spiritualist for quite some time. So I tried to put the two together to see where my life was going. And I found out that there were things that were going on, and even though I had the knowledge of it, I didn't think it was really happening. So today, I want to talk to you about the different types of signs that you look for, because many people are looking for a sign from God. When is he coming? When is he going to take care of us? When is he going to step in? Did he come back yet? Well, what you don't know is they've left the true God of creation out of the picture. Yes, they have. For the great God of creation is Mother, Father. These are the things that are not teaching you. But instead, they're telling you that 3 men can have a baby and you were born. Or they used magic and created you and you were born. These are not true stories. I've had travels in my life, and a lot of things that I've done, I did with a good heart, with a good intention. But I was always met with nefarious folks who decided that it was okay to take away my joy. I'm not going to let anyone take away anything that I love now. I won't let anyone hurt me any longer. Even though I love you very much, I will not let you hurt me. And I think this is why I had to move. I've moved many times in the past 4 years. I'm almost starting to lose count, but this, I believe, would be, I will be moving one more time, I think. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see about that. But recently, I came across a whole bunch of stuff that I need to share with you. First thing, though, I want to let you know that all cultures that I have come across have always had something that they used to ward off evil spirits. For example, in the Jewish religion, they have the Hamsa. That's a hand with an eye. This is supposed to be the eye of God, who sees everything. Another way they protect themselves is through their prayers. And they also have the Torah hanging up on the doorposts of their homes. So they kiss the Torah when they come in, and they kiss the Torah when they go out. This is their prayers of the protection of the Torahs with their walk of their life and with their living in their homes. I had been married for over 39 years. In most of that time, I was trying my best to love my husband the best that I could, to take care of him, to take care of his home. I gave him 3 beautiful children who are extremely intelligent. And I am using layman terms today so that everyone can comprehend what I'm saying, but I do use a prepositional phrase to make a fact. I learned that from a man called David. Now, what I want to talk about, though, are the different things that people use. My ex-husband is Catholic. I became Catholic. And I prayed and did my worship of my God in a Catholic church. But then I started seeing things that I did not have any agreement with, and I didn't think that any church who is of the true God of love would treat people in such manner. Many of you are aware of the different stories of the I would say the conflicts and the nefarious things are with the Catholic Church and many churches. I am with the knowledge now that they did this for the confusion of the population. The thing is, not really anyone was punished for the harms that they did to the children. And then I got to thinking, what else did they do? And then I remembered my ancestry. And then I remembered the different movies I saw. Like, for example, the movie Shogun or the movie Roots. I am a native spirit from this plane. My ancestry are Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cheyenne, Cree, Muskogee, Algonquin, and Mohawk, and many others. For I am of many nations with this land. My family also, from my search of my ancestry, led me to many stories, and the links are with temple and with the nefarious things of some people who like to play with slaves. Not many people are with awareness. White women were a prize slave in Africa. Indian, Native American, I'm going to say it like that, but that's not what they're called. Native Americans were slaves of the blacks. Then the whites had the slaves of the blacks. But then if you take a look at history and how everything has taken place, each one of you have been a slave, and you still are. Each one is still under a slave trade made by a maritime law. This maritime law comes from the Jesuits and the Catholic Church, meaning they took hold of the waters and of the lands and of the air. Space is with the great creation mother. See, they didn't want the women of the nations to know who they were, for they are a creator. They make babies. And the great mother who is with me, and the father too, want me to have this broadcast for y'all tonight. I have different things that I'd like to say, but I want to touch base on the different things that I found while I was married to my ex-husband. I'd go to beautiful parties. I would dress up really nice like a queen. I would attend parties of baptisms, of birthdays, anniversaries, of weddings, and of different showers that we would do within the family and with friends. And in one case, we had a baptism. And I kind of stepped into a conversation that my sister-in-law was having with her aunt. Her aunt was telling her, you should come over because I can't read your palm here now. I'm going to have you come over to my house and we'll read your palm over there. I thought that was a little bit strange. And there were other instances too, where there were several individuals who delved into magic and the usuries of magic. And then I got to thinking about magic and what it does and where it came from. So I did some research and I had a laugh. I'll tell you what, I had a laugh when I opened the book that someone who I worked with insisted that I had to see. And in that book, many of the people who use black magic are using this book. And on the first page, it is with the saying of the no cause of the harm make is with your magic. And then I flipped it around and I just, you know how you just flip through the pages? Well, I came across a page with different pictures. And I'm a sci-fi freak. I love Star Wars. I love everything to do with different types of movies. My favorite movie is The Fifth Element. And in the different types of movies, they are showing you actually what they've done. Anyway, back to the magic. I thought about it a lot. And I was thinking, why are we at war? We are at war for certain things. But the things we're at war with are not the things they're at war. But I figured it out. They want you to take religion and spirituality and smash them together and make each one of chaos. My God's better than your God kind of thing, right? Well, there is one true God who created each and everything, including all the other gods. She is a beautiful lady and man. She's androgynous. She was made that way by the thought and will of the Creator so that he could be birthed to participate as well with the creation. But she came first and she created everything. And when she created everything, she was not thinking of harm. She didn't think of things that would be of hurtful. But then there was a group of individual gods who decided that they didn't like that she was God. They didn't want a woman to be a ruler over each thing. And that's where the man's club, boys club, I call it, come in. And then when I realized they took creation and turned it into time. Time making a loop, making their thinking that we are in this loop and we can't get out. I beg to differ. Many of you are of a great spirit in you by your knowledge of your God and of who you worship. Your God is the same God, each one of you. Each story of the different religions, histories, are of that same story, with a little tweaking here and a little tweaking there, so that it would be on their terms. But then I got to thinking, how is it possible that magic is everywhere and no one knows about it? When it's everywhere in the movies that fantasize and they fascinate you and they grab your attention, and then you idol worship it by buying products and things associated with that movie for you to entice you to the table of making those types of purchases. Taking your money. They want to steal your money and everything you have. How did they take that creation and turn it into time? Well, you could see this on the building that one of the buildings the T-Man owns. That building is showing this picture right here. Okay? Yeah, through the CIA. They are with the functioning, as well with the FBI. I know everyone is watching. Everyone is hearing me, even though there is no indication I have anyone online. I know you're there. I really do. Especially because of the blinking. Now, how did they change creation into time? Well, that's again the boys' club. So back in history, we have all the individuals who were the philosophers and the poets and the artists of the times. And those are the making of the mathematics and the sciences and the language. They've messed with the language so that you would be confounded by their confraternity of their legions is with churches. And back in my day, I was told it was a house of God and that the church assembled in the house of God. Church means people to me. For the many peoples of the different houses of God are with the different types of worship. Different type of honor is for God. But unfortunately, they're leaving God out. And the Jewish people know this, those who are truly Jewish, because they know of the wife of God, who is the creator. She is the Asherah. For there is many writings, many statues, many pillars, that they are with the hiding of the Asherah of God. The Asherah of God has many names, many of the thousands of names. I could tell you a couple. I have so many of them. I'm going to pick a few. All right. So, wisdom, Sophia, Chakma. Chakma means that she is wisdom and she is the female part of the Creator Father. Female part of the Creator Father. Shekinah. For the Shekinah is divine female presence. This is in the Jewish mysticism called the Kabbalah, which is magic. the Zohar. Zohar means the bride of God. Asherah means the God's wife. She's also called the standing stone. And there is a statement made by an individual who is of a high education who had been doing this research. I'm not going to say his name, but he had found that if you take the name Asherah and you take the A and you put it in a lowercase, it turns into a staff, meaning the staff of God, like the one Moses carried. On another segment, he discovered that there are two standing stones. Both standing stones, one is male and one is female, say that God is. There's another statue that they use showing the great Asherah is holding the ears of two lions. Now that sounds like a mother thing to me, right? Them two lions were little beastly, so she had to take them by the ear and put them on timeout. I want to also let you know he had mentioned that there is a state you could go and type it in and look it up, and it will show you that God said the gifts are with Yira'u by Yahweh, and from his enemies by his Asherah, whom he was saved. Meaning his wife saved him. I'd like to say that the demonstration of God and the signs of God are everywhere around you. You have to look for them. But I want to talk to you tonight about the different signs of the usuries are with the ones who are making of a black magic hoodoo voodoo hex on the people. And I'm going to say it because I know where I come from. I was born in Mississippi. We have a lot of magic and black magic here, hoodoo and voodoo here. We're not that far from New Orleans. Magic is prevalent everywhere. Did you ever see the cartoon movie of the Cinderella? She has fairy godmothers. What about Snow White and the Wicked Queen who does scrying in the mirror? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mickey Mouse is of the showing of the Fantasia as he is the apprentice magician. Each one with song, each one with a vibration. I see you. I know you're there. I think it's quite hilarious that they think that the mechanisms that he's used on me in the past for their brain manipulations and their mind fuckeries are going to work now. No, they won't. Your CERN and your DARPA and your satellites that you are using to cause chaos and fires and the MK Ultra manipulations you're using will no longer work on me. Why? Because I am in my full knowing of who I am. And I am with the Great Guard. Any black magic, any type of harm you send my way, be of awareness that it will backfire on you and it won't be nice. If you're not sure of that, give it a try. Like my girlfriend says, go F around and find out. She says it all the time. In any case, back to the trickeries. They took the foundations of creation and they manipulated them with math and science, language, philosophy, and the different arts, especially of the ones of the visual, with paintings. These paintings also tell his story. And why do I say his story? Well, there's been a hijack of that too. His story, Jesus, well, you have to go back into the languages to find out who he really is. And you have to take a look at the pictures too. Because Mr. Jesus Man walked around with a wand. Yes, he did. And I'm going to get back to those things they use for the trickeries and for the making of you changing of your mind and for the grabbing hold of your tensions, making you want to stare and look and go for it, whatever it is they're offering. I'm here with to stop that now. Yeah. See, a while back, I was watching a couple of ladies online who were talking about how they can help humanity gain back their power. And they were talking about different types of contracts that were made. Well, I realized at that point that somebody decided that they could sign over everything that the great creator mother owned as a joinder for great technologies and for a stronghold over the people so that they could rule with an iron fist. These contracts are with now null and void by my knowledge of the great mother father is with the cancel each of those contracts by her no consent is with that signing. Meaning each one of the contracts are with the fraud. Each contract signed is with fraud by the language usuries, is with their works of their GPO manual of styles and their Black's Law dictionary is with their making of their law, is with the usuries of prefixes and suffixes and brackets and parentheses and putting everything in a box so that it doesn't exist in theoretical points of view. That's why they made Libra, blind justice. Well, the great mother is with to tell you now, by her spirit with me. She wants me to tell everybody this. Justice is not blind. And we won't talk about what the word justice means right now. Justice is not blind any longer. No. She sees everything. She absolutely does. Now, going back to the signs. You see this right here? That is to ward off anyone trying to send you bad vibrations and bad vibes. The evil eye. Anyone who wants to send you an evil eye. These are things that you should not be doing. You should not be sending anyone any harm. That is magic, what you're doing. You're casting a spell against the Holy Spirit of that person. And what does it say in the Bible? Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit is the greatest sin. These rulers have committed a great sin. Sin against themselves by their no knowledge of the contracts that they signed. I'm with the knowledge of the Eisenhower contracts. I'm with the knowledge of the many things of the hide, or for the claim, is with the star, is with the Lucifer. They want you to believe that the light is here to cause you harm. But if that's the case, because Lucifer, the word itself, means light bearer, the bearer of the light. Is that why they turned women into nothingness? Because Lucifer of the light is a woman. She is the Asherah. She is the wife of God who gave birth to creation. I'm going to go to the other story now. But before I do that, I want to show you the magic and the black magic that they put on people by their gestures of their hands. When I was growing up, we all used to go around, hey, okay, right? No, this is a sign of 666. It's the 666. And they want you to think that that is an evil thing. The number 6 is supposed to be for human, the man of the hue, which is you. For the hue is with the waters. How much of a percentage of water is your body made of? Think about it. Who told them they could charge you for something God gave you for free? Water, the earth, the food, and the air. Who told them that it was okay to make that of a money profit? Who told them that it was okay for them to charge you to go and find your own food, like fishing or gaming? Who said it was okay to do that? These are gifts of the great Mother Father who gave freely to each one for their abundance. These things should not be charging you money for. Let's get back to Jesus. The true Christ's name is Isu Maria Mashiach. She is a Shara. But by the knowledge of the pen, who is with the many stories, he came in to steal her light and her knowledge from her with his wand. He is the son of Zeus. This is the correct translation of the name Jesus. Jesus. For the true Christ's name, who is married to Mary Mashiach, his name is Yeshua. Not Yesu. Her name is Isu. And that is well documented in different Bibles of the different, I think it was an 1808 Bible, mentioned by an individual who is with the knowledge of the sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is with the using of the Kabbalah, hiding the true tree of the life. For the story of the Adam and Eve is with the false story, false narrative, except for the one where God said, "Go forth, be fruitful, and multiply." This is true. For some things of the writings are with the true things, but they are with the stolen. You can see this in the other Bible by the name of the Holy Megillah. This Bible tells a whole different story of Mary and Yeshua. A whole different story. And it does talk of magic. You each one of you have been in some religion of a sort, or you have not, by your no faith in that. That's okay. That's good. I think it backfired on them because you all have faith in God, the Creator. You all love God and you worship God. But be of awareness, God is everywhere. And you've heard that story. This is true. By my knowledge of the true tree of life, God is everywhere. So back to the hand gestures. That A-OK was one of them. The other one we used to do this. I see you. That's another one they use. Here's another thing they taught everybody. I spy with my little eye. Here's a messed up thing in Mississippi. I can spell Mississippi with one eye. M-I-S-S-I-S. Keep going. And, these are things that we were taught as children. So that if you saw it, you wouldn't know what it was. With all the nursery rhymes and the things that they made are with the traumatizing children and for the alienating them from their parents. And then the things on the television alienated the parents from their children. And then what happened? The TV became the babysitter. That is with no fortune. You know, with the gain of that. Why? Because you're watching a television which was made for entertainment purposes only. Just like my video. My video is for entertainment purposes. Depending how you look at things, though, you might think that I'm speaking of a true thing. And in my eye, I am. Here's another thing that the Catholic Church used to do, which kind of made me like, wow, really? So I went over to my girlfriend's house, who just had a baby. All right? We just came back from actually, I think it was the christening. Yeah, it was the christening. We went over to her house to have little eats and drinks and things like that for a celebration of Christ. Right? And here she is, bending over the crib with a safety pin, putting gold of the faith, hope, and charity. I asked her, why'd you do that? Oh, this is to ward off the evil spirits from the baby. Oh, fascinating. I had trigger moments many times. That was one of them. But the one that really triggered me, I went to a church, a Catholic church, who had just remodeled the whole thing upstairs. And it was a great painting. And that painting was supposed to be the mother of God, the mother of Jesus. Mary, who gave birth to Jesus. You have to know this. I am outcast. I am the black sheep. I'm the one who no one wants. I'm the one who the whole family hates. And I wondered why. I know why now. Because I had my light when I was born, just like the different types of stories you hear. I was a blue baby. Not normal. My father, when I first met him, told me, he said that when he first saw me, he said that I'm not his child. That I won't get into right now because it'll become, I'll tell that story later. So the confraternity of the Catholic Church, you have to pay attention of the con is the prefix. Fraternity is with the boys club. We have all these boys clubs everywhere, leaving women out by their thinking they are not worthy of having an education or to vote or to have any rights, including those with their own child. By the birth contract made is with the certificate. You see, they turned each child born on this plane into a contract and turning that birth into an immediate death by the capitalization of each letter is with that child's name. And what they did was they put stock on that chattel, on that baby and their blood to trade on a market is with the monetary funds. This is by maritime law. The maritime law they use with the Catholic Church. This maritime law is attached to our Navy and each of our military operations. This maritime law is governed by the many postmasters of the different nations. And I am with the knowing of the postmaster of the different ones. Many are with the making of the black magic, warlock, hexing on people when they find out they are very rich or they have of a great knowledge and they want to steal it from them. I'm with the knowing that these people with these languages of their writings and their makings are with also the courts by the trade and of the movements of the chattel is with the many of the men and women incarcerated for no just cause, except for them knowing they can make money off of them by siphoning their energies and using magic to make them downtrodden. And I am with the knowledge of their groupings in covens of churches and basements and making of different things for the causing of harm to other people. This is with the stop now. For there is of the no more of the harm made by my knowledge of my great mother's magic. Now, and for the finity, is with the cause of the harm of the great creation. You are not going to leave the great mother out of any choosing of a choice is with her children. No matter how old they are or what race you call them. That's another thing. When the great mother of the creation made creation, it was made with the rainbow colors. You can see the rainbow in a certain point of the day when the sun is rising, and in a certain point of the night when the sun goes down. You can see the rainbow of the great mother. Who told you? She wants me to tell you this. Who told you you could take that rainbow and turn it into a flag? How did you get that way? I'll tell you that story too. That is with the great magic of the Great Mother, but when she was here in another form. That form was Isis. What happened to her husband? Pay attention to what you see. His burial and many of the times of his make, he was wearing a dress that belonged to Isis. Now, why would a man be wearing a dress? And why did his brother Set have so much envy and hate and jealousy towards him? For him to kill him and chop him up into many pieces. And then Isis using her magic. But she needed a 3. She needed the 3 to make the magic. What is written in the Bible? For the 1. But for the 2, if the 2 are there, I am with you, making of the 3. There's magic all over the Old Testament and the New Testament and in other writings. Many people are knowing now. They have chakras, energies, but they're not knowing that each of those chakras are linked to the book of Revelation in the Bibles. And the Bible's saying, who is worthy of the openers with the 7 seals? I'm going to tell you right now, you are. I'm going to tell you how. For the opening of your 7 seals is with your knowledge of the harm caused. Is with your light. For it is written, you are the light of the world. For the let of your light shine bright. But who is of the worthy of the open? This is how you do it. First, you learn that those 7 chakras are linked to 7 great spirits with you. And each of those spirits has a partner consort. There's 7 of the upper and 7 of the lower. This is where they get their as above, so below. And that's why they changed creation into time, so that they could control you, the light of the world. How you do it? How do you light your light? First, you have to love yourself. Love yourself first. Talk to yourself with good words. Speak with your spirit because you know you can. You are deducing in your mind with your thinking, and you have an answer. This is your spirit helping you. I don't care what religion you're with. These are no legions, are with the light. By the cause of their make of the prepositional phrases, not with the fact they wrote every book in fiction form and binded them with a cover. That cover is a veil. just like the veil a woman would wear when she gets married. She is being hidden, and they mock her each time there's a wedding. They're mocking the great Holy Spirit Mother. For each woman is with the great light of the Mother. By the birthing of children is with her body. The other signs and wonders that they do with their hands to show you that they are making magic. This is one of them. Let me think. This is one of them. This is another. Usually when they're sitting in a sitting position. But the one that pisses me off, there's several others, but the one that pisses me off the most is when they're whipping their wand around. They hold their hands like this, and they do this when they're talking to prove a point. Holding microphones and doing this is paying tribute to their God. I could talk about him because I know who he is. And I know the story behind how he was birthed and came to this plane. Yeah. Oh, and I do need to tell you, the big craters that they've found, this is true. This is the Great Mother hurling down fire and brimstone and causing the flood. Be the cause of the different nefarious races that they decided to come and take over. You could see them in the buildings, and especially of the old churches. Angels and demons. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody wrote a book about that and also did a movie. Right? In Search of the Grail, the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is the great creation child. But they don't want to look at it that way. The Holy Grail, they see, is the great mother, for she is the one of the carrying of the blood and of the waters. Mama is with you. Abba is with you. There's no need to fear anything she created. How to gain your light is with the takeaway of the evil spirits in you with attachments to you. You have to learn to stop pointing a finger at other people. Stop mocking other people just because what they're wearing or what their beliefs are. Stop with the thinking that because someone is poor, they don't have a nice a right mind. Everyone thinks a poor person doesn't have their mind or their wits about them, but that's not true. I was listening to a broadcast today where they were talking about, an individual was talking about going to church, and the biggest turnoff they had was when the priest went over to a homeless man and asked them to go outside. He wasn't welcome because he stank too much. That's not the church of God. That's not the house of God, or the true God, I should say. For the true God is love and wants to give everyone love and wants everyone to love themselves as they would themselves also for others. You were all created with kindness and goodwill and peace in every area. There's no need to think that the creation of another person by their color is with their classifications. God does not see class. God does not see color. God sees your heart and your intentions. For if your heart is with intention of the make of the harm, then you have a great spirit of evil with you, attachment to you. But that doesn't mean that you can't get rid of it, because you can. And that's with your will, by your want of the newness of the learning of what is true. For this is the life purpose, is with your seeking, ye shall find. Knocking on the doors is with your search. When you do gain of the knowledge, gain of that wisdom is with that knowledge. But that's not what everyone is doing. They're taking their comprehension that is with a small speck and not the full picture, and they're creating things of, oh, how can I take that from someone else? How can I get that from her? Or how can I get that from him? I know the great nation of this America is with the free and the brave. These are the hearts of the men and women who are with this nation. And by that, I am with the say, gain of your freedom is with your knowledge of the no more following in with the ruler's games, putting you in chains. Go look. They're doing it to you, and you're not with awareness. This is another gesture. We used to play steeple with this. Yes, we did. In church, we played steeple. This is another hand gesture. Watch. Hear what they say. Are they with the two tongue of the snake split? Is with their lying? And then you ask, why am I here? You need to stand up for a fight, is with your right. But first, your main fight right now is between the spiritual realms and of what's going on with the legions, because that's the fight. The fight is between the black magic and the spiritual. Well, if you take a look at it, every time you pray or you make a prayer, you are asking for a wish. And when you ask for a wish, this is you're casting your words for maybe God will hear. By my knowledge of your blood and your light is with the great creator mother, each one by your heritage. Each one. It don't matter where you from. You are all linked to the blood and light of the great creation. What they're trying to do is kill, but first they want to steal. They want to kill your heart and your love and your knowledge of God so they can steal everything from you, because you're going to follow them by paying them everything you own. And then they're going to make of a no story, destroy. They're going to make of a no story of you is with the leaving this plane. Go look at the history in the pictures. Go look at the paintings. What do you see? I know you've seen unicorns. I know you've seen avatars. I know you've seen centaurs. I know you've seen, but you've also heard stories of the little people and stories of giants. You've heard the stories. In your heart, you want to fear each one of those things, thinking it's not true, it's all a myth. Well, the Catholic Church is what is showing you by the buildings. There are demons. The other thing you need to know is the Catholic Church likes to give asylum to people who are seeking asylum. They did that with the Nazis, and on the control of the Nazis and of the control of the narrative, they changed their names, reintroduced themselves anew. And when they did that, they took hold of their SysTKV account so they could have a new life. This is how the rich get richer and the rich, rich. They play doubles, sometimes triple, maybe quads of the make, is with many different names they are living. It is documented that they put on suits. Well documented with the suits. It's time for me to go ahead and say something else. For those who are coming from the planet Maldek, your time is up. This mother knows that you broke law. You broke the law by coming here and making of a contract is with the stealing of the creation is with the mother. Mama took back everything by the writing of her contracts, and of the statements of the claims are with her. For her foot is in the waters, her foot is on the land, and her hands and her space are with the air and the ethers by her knowledge of her son, who's with the steel. The great creator mother wants you to go back to your planets in the Orion systems and take your own foothold and wait. For she is, with a good mercy, heart of the creation by her will. But if you continue, she is with her right of the make, is with the take by force. For she is the life force of each creation. And it was her will if you live or die. She's very well of the awareness is with your stupidities of your blowing up your stupid planet and trying to take hold of everybody else's planets. This is with the no more now. And this thing you're doing is with the properties of her ancestries. Make a stop and correct. Leave everything where it is. Get you gone now. By her words of the say are with her authority. And you know who she is. Now that I've said these things for my great mother, father, great creator, the wife of God, Asherah, who is with the many of the thousands of names, I am with the say for her creation child, you take out jealousy, take out greed, take out want, take out envy, take out strife. These are the evil spirits. When you do this and you take them away and you make of a penitence of the harm you made by your knowing it was wrong, Abba Mama is with the great mercy. For you are worthy of your light, each one. It's not your fault you fell. You had no knowledge by their will of not giving you the tools to safeguard your own body, mind, and soul. For that safeguard is with you. That is your boat, and you are the captain. If you take a look at my other videos and you like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Like and subscribe this channel, and I will be back with more of the Tree of the Life, you. For I am Shaman Mama Emma, I am with the making of new channels. They're still under construction because of the hacking that I had prior of this message. I have many times they want to stifle me, keep me quiet so that I couldn't help you. But I am here to help. I'm here to give you love, and I'm here to pass the message of the great mother father of the creation is with your need of the grab hold of your life, of yourself, and of your well-being by your gain of the knowledge is with what's going on, because you know you're not supposed to be living like this. I usually give a song and sing. I'm going to do that on my channel now. I'm going to mention to you of my wishes I make is with the moon. For my wishes are with the temple tree of the life, are with each piece's parts of the creation, is with the unity oneness of the whole, are with their gain by my wishes and knowledge of the each piece's parts, are with the same waters and of the same life force blood, is with the great creator mother. They want to steal your blood and take away your light and your life. Don't let them do it. Don't let them change the Constitution on you by fake laws they made of a maritime, is with that linking of that contract they made. Don't participate in the following, is with their darts of the nefarious sorts. For there is no thing of the creation that is with the harm by the will of the mother. But for those of the make of the creation of a harm, they will need to make of a penitence. For the knowledge of the mother is with their writings of the words, by their saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. That's with their knowledge of the Egyptians and the other things they said when they wanted something stricken. For at this moment I am of the says, with each of the harm made, is with the voodoo hexing, cursing spells, and black magics of the make, are with my will, by my knowledge of these things of the harm, are with my words of the say, are with the backfire, fire back, each one, are with the sender, the contractor, the spirit of that call, and each one of the take part is with that harm send, are with deceiving backfire of that harm, is with the hyphen tilde 100-fold. Yep. They seem to attack me all the time. This time I'm going to tell you something else. I'm not sure if the T-Man is with the honor, but I do know of a Musk man who is thinking he can be of a good guy. All the things he is making is linking them to an AI. AI is with the die now by my authority of the say, and with my words of the AI, artificial intelligence, which is a no official of the official of the no intelligence, is with my say. You will not be taking your Wi-Fi and zapping people to their death. And any think of an army of your making you did that I have seen, don't test the waters of the Great Mother. Even though you are with that proofing, she is the great creator. Ain't nothing getting by her. Nothing. And then I'm going to go and see that coven over there very shortly who thinks that they're in charge of everything in the United States. For the unity states of these Americas are not with that trusteeship by his black magic, warlock, voodoo, hexing bullshit of killing people. Him and his family and links of his make. And that's all I have for you tonight. I hope you are with the good love of the self, and of the teaching of the self is with the good words of the living. By your will of the knocking on the doors, searching to find about what's really going on, instead of paying attention to the boob tube and the songs and the movies with that entrapments. For the great mother, father of the creation loves you each one, and she is with the hope that each one is with the stop and correct, because you ain't got much time left. Y'all have a nice day and night, for the peace is with you. For I love you, divine nation of the creation. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be here for a long time. Wait a second. Thank you.